Broke Outdoors. I want to thank you all for stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a pack video. These are items that I generally carry in my pack with me when I go out backpacking. Some of these items are maybe not long for this world. You know, some might be replaced, so, you know, just at this stage here, at least per my last backpacking trip, this is generally what I take. So let's start with the pack. And I kind of have stuff strewn all over the place, so forgive me. I was sort of unpacking. But anyway, from a pack standpoint, I use this Alps Outdoors pack. It is a external frame. Really nice large pack. You know, you can carry a bunch of stuff in here. Kind of made more as a hunting pack. You can actually stick your rifle down here, and there's a little, well, there's a little portion here where you stick the butt of it, and fits up in this section behind these pockets. But you know, we'll do obviously separate reviews on a lot of this stuff, and I'll talk more about it. But this is the pack that I use. I know a lot of people don't care for external frames. I don't know. I got it at a really reasonable price. I've used it several times, and I really enjoy it personally. So that's this, and it's got so many nice pockets. You know, big, I guess this would be like your spotting scope pocket over here. Nice big internal cavity with a bottom that you can sort of zip, well, tie shut with a divider. Front pouch has this little zipper section down here. So a lot of stuff. And then the bottom tray here. Ooh, stuff's getting away from me there. I think, yep, that was a tent. So yeah, it's just a nice overall pack, and that's what I take with me. What fell out? This is my tent. We did a review on this already. The Ozark Trail one-person backpackers tent. About 4.5 pounds on that. Very nice light tent. Also on the bottom here, I have, come on buddy, oh for Pete's sake, there we go, just a little bedroll. It's just foam. I think I maybe spent $10 on it. It works. It keeps the heat pretty well, which is why I generally use it. You know, probably something I'll upgrade in the future just to have a little bit more comfort. My back isn't the best. So let's talk sleeping bags. I have two, and it depends on the season. Now, spring, summer, fall, I have this Teton 22-degree trailhead. I paid like $50 for this on Amazon. I'm going to get it another compression sack because I definitely think this could compress down further, but this was the sack it came with. Very light. I want to say it's maybe in the 4-pound range. I'd have to double check that, but yeah, right in the 4-pound range, probably maybe a little less. But anyway, pretty light, very warm. I actually took this out. Let's see, I've had it out in I'd say about the 50s so far. Haven't had this too long, but I run really hot anyway, so I'm like one leg in, one leg out sort of deal. But very nice sleeping bag. Saves a lot of space because my first sleeping bag, the big old Coleman 0-degree bag. I think they called this maybe the Mountaineer or something like that. It's a real nice mummy bag, 0-degree rated. I've had it out in the 30s and was way too warm. Again, one leg in, one leg out. So it's a very warm sleeping bag. Need to find another compression sack maybe to get it down a little further, but it's a big bear. I think 6 pounds in that general range, maybe a little bit more than 6. You know, 6.25. So obviously, you know, I've compressed down quite a bit. But if I were going out winter with what I have, obviously, I'd probably still pick this and, you know, maybe sacrifice some non-essential stuff for weight purposes. But both are synthetic. Again, Broke Outdoors, our whole sort of motto here is sort of having fun in the outdoors on a budget. Both of those sleeping bags were around 50 bucks. A down sleeping bag is going to cost you much more, so it is what it is. I also carry, which is something I'm going to replace probably sooner rather than later. This is a Wenzel little camping pillow. I discovered at a point that I really kind of wanted a little pillow. This thing it's pretty comfy. I usually fold it over and have it like that. But, it's not super weighty. It's under a pound. I can't remember the exact weight on it, but it's very light. I got it on Amazon, I think $7-8 bucks. But, it's just not the best. It doesn't compress down very much. So it takes up a little bit too much space in my bag, but I kind of like to have a pillow. I mean, I used to do the old, put your extra pair of clothes or something, but under your head. So that works, but eventually you will discover that some comforts are worth the wait. Behind me, I've got my cook set GSI boiler. We did a video on this recently. Inside, I have my burners and fuel cell. It's, pretty much what I'll use to cook with for the most part. I do also carry, I just sort of have it clipped on here. I bought this thing a while ago. I think this was like an Ozark Trail cup, stainless steel cup. I usually still keep it with me just for sentimental value more than anything else. It's been through a few campfires. But, before I got that, I was just a little water in there, stick it in the campfire. To have your own dedicated stove is really nice, though. Just in case it rains. I've been through some rains and it's not fun. I usually carry a headlamp. This one I got this on Prime Day. That's what it was. Amazon Prime Day. It was cheap. It's a little couple stage. You got your high beam, low beam, your flasher, and then red light, which is very handy. USB rechargeable. I think I paid like 10 bucks for it. Headlamp is very nice. The red light is also very nice, although I would like to have a little bit more intensity. But I got this out of the package. I didn't charge it. I used it through one camping trip, still haven't charged it. So maybe if I charged it, it might be a little brighter. I don't know. But, just a nice little band here, and this works. I like the USB rechargeable just because I don't like to keep having batteries. And I've had a few of those chew through batteries really, really badly. For water storage, I keep depending on the length of my trip, but I like to have these, just standard water bladders. I don't know, I think they're like 10 bucks. I think the white one, I believe, was cheaper than the black one, maybe like 10 and 8 at Walmart. But, I do consume some water, so I'll usually fill up, maybe 2 of these to bring with me. Maybe 1. It just depends on the trip. And these are both 2 liter. Let me double check. I know the white one's 2. Yeah. So those are both 2 liters of water. It depends on where I'm going. If I know there's no water source, I'll fill both of them up. Maybe have another water bottle. But that's sort of how that is. What else do I carry? I do normally carry a little knife. This is a Mora fire starter, Light My Fire. That's what it's called. It has a little fire starter in the handle here. Just a little stainless steel blade. It does a pretty good job. Has a little sheath. I don't buy into expensive knives, so I apologize if you are offended by that, but I don't really care. I don't buy expensive knives. That is used for maybe prep, maybe shaving wood, getting little chips down, start a fire, but primarily it's not as much used as you think it would be. A lot of times I'll also carry my 2 Wildo Folda cups. These are just nice little fold up, cups, 20 ounce, and this is I think this other one's a 6 ounce. But they're just kind of nice to have. Little cups that fold up. They don't take up a lot of space. I put them in those side pockets generally. And behind me, I have my water filtration. Everybody should have some sort of water filtration. I actually just bought this, but this is the Sawyer Mini. I'm going to more than likely replace this bag it comes with, but because I've heard a lot of people replace that. But regardless, this might be something I upgrade in the future, but if you're really out there and you're really a prepared person, water filtration is something you need to consider. So I keep it in this little mesh bag in my pack. It's very handy to have. Let's see, what else? Always carry a lighter. I normally carry like 2 lighters, just in case. It's good to have. You can obviously, I have basically usually 3 points of fire at any given time. I have 2 lighters and then the ability for the strikers. So that's just something that I do. I usually bring a large, heavy gauge, like contractor's trash bag to sit under my tent. Y'all will understand that, especially if it's been wet out. In this pocket, roll of duct tape. I don't know how many times I've had to use it, but enough that I always carry a roll of duct tape. I carry a little compass. They're just handy to have, just in case. Just sort of fits right there in my duct tape. And then I actually use them, but I keep 2 separate, starters for fire. Now, generally my go-to are Vaseline-soaked cotton balls. I'll just put them in a little baggie, keep them in here with my duct tape. But I also carry a little baggie of dryer lint as well. It's just really dry, tender material, and it's very handy to have around, especially if it's been wet out. And here in Ohio and the surrounding areas, it gets a little wet from time to time. So I'll move on to wood preparation. And I will tell you that it depends on the trip. I will either carry my Ontario machete. This is a carbon steel machete. It's very handy. I want to say a pound and a half. But I've processed quite a bit of wood with this thing, and it keeps coming back. I just bought this little sheath for it. And that I can just tighten up and stick right there in my pack. Or I will carry, and again, this depends on where I'm going, but I also have this Fiskars X15 axe. It's a nice little axe. I don't know, folks. I think this all depends on the person, but I like to have an axe sometimes. I like to have that wedge. It's much more efficient in doing wood. There are certain places I camp where it's possible I might not find a lot of wood, or I might really honestly need to process some wood. So I like to have an axe to do that. And this is about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. I'm more than happy to carry it with me on the trail, or again, strap it to the side of my bag here where a rifle could go. But the X15 has, just enough handle to really get a good downward thrust into the wood. I've chopped quite a bit of wood with it as well, without it being so large like a maul. So yeah, this is basically what I'll have with me. Unless I'm just going on, say, a more common trail, I'll bring the machete just in case. But if I'm going in back some of the places that we might camp where it's a little less civilized, I might bring the axe just for ease of processing. I'll sacrifice a little bit of weight for that. That's really about it. Oh wait, I'm sitting on the last thing. This is a creature comfort. This little camp chair here, this is about 2 pounds. It's a Chinese knockoff. Now, yes, what is it, the Helinox or Helix or whatever brand, I'm sorry. Anyway, I mean, REI makes a good, camp chair as well. But my God, they're expensive. Lord, why would I pay $80 to $120 for one of those chairs? Not saying they're not worth that, because they are lighter. I will give them that. But yeah, I bought this thing on Amazon for about 40 bucks. It's not something you need, but it's pretty comfy, and I like the high back on it. It's got the little pillow, on the back here, so it works for me. This is something that if I were going into a place where I know is a little bit, more wooded, a little bit more challenging of a hike, I probably won't bring it. I'll shave the poundage off. But, it's really nice to be able to sit on something that's comfortable as opposed to sitting on a log. Just saying. So, well, these are little things, but I always carry, toilet paper and wet wipes. Wet wipes, toilet paper. Wet wipes are nice, just give you a little wet wipe bath. It helps me sleep better. Little roll of toothpaste and toothbrush. Obviously, these are really simple things. And what else I have in here? I've got some coffee. Now, that was the contents of an MRE I must have eaten, but I'll usually bring I have so many of these hot beverage bags from reviewing MREs on my second channel, Dave's 45 Auto, that I have a lot of instant coffee and in bags. So I'll usually take a little thing of instant coffee or two, maybe a sugar, just to have in the morning. Again, it's just a creature comfort, and I don't think there's anything else in here, but I'm going to go ahead and check while I yak. But anyway, I also will bring freeze-dried rations, normally Mountain House. That will probably be changing because I do have a food dehydrator now. So, oh yeah, looky there. There's an MRE. Forgot to take that out of there. But anyway, yeah, I will get in the dehydrating game, get out of the freeze-dried a little bit so I can control the salt content, whatever's in it. So, yeah, folks, I mean, that's basically what I carry. A few things change, a few things might be added, subtracted over time, but hopefully you enjoyed walking through my pack with me, and a lot of this stuff will get their own individual reviews as we go along. Just want to say I appreciate everybody who's subscribed so far. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the likes. Me and my brother, we definitely appreciate everybody who's stopped by. So, just thank you very much. I appreciate it, and hopefully you'll have a good rest of your day. See you later.